This act was seen as her career ended. Even the most iconic of celebrities aren't exempt from embarrassing experiences. Whether it's a public stumble, an off-putting interview quote, or a fit of anger caught on film, there are innumerable instances in which famous people have made themselves appear foolish. Luckily for us, all these uncomfortable celebrity moments were captured for eternity. Jennifer Garner learns a valuable lesson. Jennifer Garner's interview on Late Night with Conan O'Brien began normally enough. Still, before long, the Alias star was embarrassed while Conan brandished a dictionary to prove her wrong. We're pleased that this moment has been immortalized. Leo's uncontrollable laughter guarantees a room full of smiles. Leo, is there something you want to divulge to the class? He was visibly and audibly laughing as Lady Gaga strutted onto the stage. No one knows what tickled his funny bone so much, but it turned into an extremely uncomfortable moment. Kanye and Taylor. All eyes were on Kanye and Taylor at the 2009 VMAs when one of the most uncomfortable celebrity moments occurred. While Taylor was delivering her acceptance speech for the Best Female Video Award, Kanye arrogantly strode onto the stage and proclaimed his disapproval of her winning it instead of Beyoncé. His act ignited a raging feud between them that left us all startled. Ashy Affair. Who knows what outrageous shenanigans Sacha Baron Cohen will come up with next? At the 2012 Oscars, he stayed in character while pouring ashes on Ryan Seacrest. Though Seacrest tried to maintain his composure and act as if nothing had happened, it was obvious from his expression that this surprise wasn't part of the plan. A revolutionary perspective. The View is no stranger to strife, but this dispute was the most heated. The outspoken Bill O'Reilly argued fiercely with hosts Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar, leaving Barbara Walters between two fires, literally. Ultimately, Whoopi and Joy decided they'd had enough of his rhetoric and chose to leave the set. It was time for them all to draw a line in the sand. Drew gets bold. It's not every day you get to witness a moment like this. During Drew Barrymore's 1995 appearance on David Letterman, she broke into an outrageous dance that made the crowd go wild. Her charming performance was one of those fleeting yet unforgettable moments, and it continues to bring attention even today. The mayhem of couch hopping variety. Tom, didn't your parents ever warn you about bouncing on the furniture? But when Tom Cruise jumped onto Oprah's couch and declared his adoration for Katie Holmes in a burst of enthusiasm, even the celebrity talk show host was speechless. It's not every day that someone can render Oprah speechless. Inebriated during daylight hours. Jessica Simpson's incoherent and discombobulated appearance on Ellen shocked her fans. In her memoir, she confirmed that intoxication had clouded her judgment, but the incident also motivated her to remain sober. This is just one example of why having too many cocktails before stepping into the limelight is not wise. What's going to make an impact? It's safe to say that this demonstration did not go as anticipated. The Tesla Cybertruck has been advertised with armor glass windows, yet in this uncomfortable presentation, the window appeared more delicate than porcelain. Perhaps this prototype is just not ready for prime time, Elon. Avoid a fashion fiasco. Learn how to ace the catwalk. Duck and take cover. Ariana Grande had a near miss with one of the Victoria's Secret's angels' outrageously large costume wings during her performance at their iconic fashion show. Though she managed to escape narrowly, her humorous expression says it all. Sophia flares up. Gordon got a mouthful of his own medicine after Sofia Vergara had enough of him teasing her on the Jay Leno show. So why did he even step onto that stage if he couldn't handle it? The Modern Family star was about to land a punch on Gordon, but fortunately for him, he ducked just in time. Too close for comfort. Andy, put your hands where I can see them. It was a clear breach of boundaries when the comedian got too close to Ivanka Trump on Jimmy Kimmel's show. Not only were his comments inappropriate, but he placed his hands on her and made her visibly uncomfortable. Thankfully, quick-thinking Jimmy called in security before things escalated any further. The infamous Nipplegate. It only took a fraction of a second to set off an uproar all around the world. During the Super Bowl 38 halftime show, Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, unknowingly or not, gave us Nipplegate, one wardrobe malfunction that would go down in history as one of the most iconic and controversial moments in television broadcasting. The FCC received thousands upon thousands of calls from angry viewers. Yet despite its brief moment on screen, the incident will continue to live on forever. No is a final answer. There's no denying the extreme awkwardness of this moment. We all feel compassion for Kesha, who only wanted a hug from Jerry Seinfeld, but unfortunately he wasn't interested, and the uncomfortable exchange quickly became viral comedy material. That certainly is one way to make an impression. JT's unforgettable photobombing moment. While Emma Stone continued her interview, Justin Timberlake took photobombing to a new level with this bizarre yet laugh-out-loud face. But of course, the singer scored all the attention, and what better way to remain in the limelight than that? I won't be duped. Comedian Amy Schumer, who loves to make a dramatic entrance, stunned onlookers when she threw herself on the ground in front of Kim and Kanye as they walked down the red carpet. Unfortunately for her, however, their response was less than enthusiastic. Without so much as batting an eyelash, they continued along their path with nary a glance at Schumer's antics. The Baywatch debacle. No one can ever bring the Hoff down, or so they thought. Alcohol had a different opinion. As leaked footage showed, David Hasselhoff shirtless and drunk while stuffing his face with a hamburger. Although this wasn't the actor's proudest moment, it did help him to turn his life around by forcing him to confront and overcome his addiction for good. Popular musicians pucker up for the camera. The legendary kiss between Madonna and Britney Spears was the 2002 VMA's iconic moment that few will ever forget. As they performed Like a Virgin, their famous lip lock left Christina Aguilera in its shadow as it became one of the most talked about events of all time, and rightfully so. A failed attempt. 50 Cent, your talents may be best put to use in the rap world instead of on the baseball field. The renowned gangster rapper embarrassed himself with his feeble first pitch at a Mets game, but let's not forget that this is the same guy who's lived through being shot 9 times. So, by comparison, throwing an unimpressive ball wasn't such an awful event. Revel in the deliciousness of bad blood brewing. Taylor Swift's romantic life is widely known and talked about, so it shouldn't have come as a surprise that Nancy O'Dell asked her if she'd be taking home lots of men from the Grammys. Her expression was all anyone needed to realize how uncomfortable that question made her feel. However, given Taylor's history of awkward moments during award shows, this wasn't entirely unexpected. Bruno flashes his bold side. Sacha Baron Cohen brought the most surprising to the VMAs, descending from the ceiling in full character as Bruno. Poor Eminem was met with quite an eye-opening scene, and it's safe to say he wasn't amused. It undoubtedly ranks among those cringeworthy award show moments that will stay with us for years. Bieber's tummy trouble. Justin Bieber's fiercest fans were most likely thrilled with the chance to get an intimate look at their idol. Yet unfortunately, it turned out to be a less than pretty sight. Mid-show, Justin crumpled down and got sick all over the stage, especially disheartening since it was also the inaugural night of his Believe tour. Steve's catastrophic oversight. Banishment from Columbia may soon be in the near future for Family Feud host Steve Harvey. After mistakenly crowning Miss Columbia as the 2015 winner of the Miss Universe competition, when it was ultimately won by Miss Philippines, who knew it could be so hard to read a cue card? Not you, Steve. Danielle Bregoli's unforgettable moment on the Dr. Phil show. It was undoubtedly a poor choice for Dr. Phil to invite the then 13-year-old rapper, Danielle Bregoli, bad baby onto his talk show, she proceeded to disrespect her mother on air and has been receiving death threats ever since. Will Smith's infamous knockout slam. The Academy Awards is certainly not the place to display your combat skills unless you're Will Smith. When Chris Rock crossed a line with an inappropriate comment about Jada, not only did he receive an instant response from her husband in the form of a slap, but it left both viewers and celebrities alike horrified. Elon Musk sparks up a joint. Despite being SpaceX's chief executive officer with top-notch security clearance, Elon Musk is a person who still keeps it real. Like many others, he likes to partake in the occasional joint now and then. During his appearance on Joe Rogan's podcast, he even lit up a blunt for all of us to see, resulting in him becoming quite spaced out. Charlie Sheen is winning on two fronts. Amidst his drug struggles, Charlie Sheen's behavior was erratic and wild. During a private interview, the actor defended himself by claiming that he was not bipolar but bi-winning, suggesting that his actions were driven by deep passion rather than affliction. Although Sheen claims to be clean now, upon further investigation, it's clear that this exclusive discussion reveals him as far from sober during these turbulent times. Kevin Hart. Jay Leno's show had a sensational trio of guests: Shaq, Justin Timberlake, and Kevin Hart. When the interview with Kevin started, Shaq made a surprise appearance, lifting him up in his arms like an infant. The rest of their on-air time was spent teasing out jokes based on Kevin's smaller size compared to the other two. What an unforgettable night it must have been for those lucky enough to be there live. Nicole Kidman showers her on-screen husband with affection. As Nicole Kidman shared a passionate, unexpected kiss with her Big Little Lies co-star Alexander Skarsgård at the Emmys, one could almost feel her brief moment of surprise, or perhaps it was forgetfulness. Let's hope that the night finally concluded and she returned home to Keith Urban as intended. Gordon Ramsay takes on the fiery challenge of a lifetime. Gordon Ramsay, a master chef known for his blunt culinary remarks, accepted the invitation to be featured on Hot Ones, a show wherein guests try their luck at consuming progressively spicier wings. As expected, Gordon's language became increasingly colorful with each subsequent round of heat, in difficulty conquering the challenge. Madonna steals smooches from Drake. Madonna's smooch with Drake on stage at Coachella shocked the rapper. His attempt to evade her affections was evident. However, she wasn't deterred. While Drake later claimed his repulsion stemmed from lip gloss, shock and discomfort seemed written all over his face. The scene spoke volumes. John Travolta's uncomfortably cringeworthy show of affection. At the 2015 Oscars, John Travolta made a bold move and snuck in an unexpected cheek kiss on Scarlett Johansson. Coming from behind was not appreciated, leaving Scarlett and everyone else shocked by his greasy behavior. Safe to say that this created an uncomfortable moment for all involved.